Okay, here we have another assessment of image quality on the EOS R with some images on two different lenses. So we've got the Sigma 150 to 600 here, ISO 500, shutter speed ranging between 250th of a second to 1300 on all of these pictures. So we're just going to have a look at this image on the EOS R on the 150 to 600 at 600 millimeters, and I think it's given us some good results. We can see good crater detail, and I do like it quite a bit. So moving on to the Canon 100 to 400 Mark II L lens. Obviously it's not quite as zoomed in, but again we're getting similar crater detail, and obviously we've got the 1.4 extender on here on the Canon 100 to 400 Mark II L lens, and again we're getting good crater detail, and this is closer to the 150 to 600. So if we just quickly compare, that's the 150 to 600 and this is the Canon with the extender. I think we're getting very similar results. It's hard to say which is better. Let's see, pick a spot right here. See if we can pick a spot that gives us some detail. See if we get any sort of better detail. That's the Sigma. That's the Canon. That's the Sigma. That's the Canon. I can't really tell them apart really. Obviously there's a slight difference in exposure, but that's to be expected with different lenses. But yeah, I can't really tell them apart. So make up your mind, which do you think is sharper, but it's bloody close. So let's have a look at another image, which is on the 90D. It did have a tendency to overexpose. Again, it's looking really nice. So this is the 150 to 600. Let's have a look at the Canon bare lens. We're getting good detail. I really like it. And then the 1.4. I think the 1.4 looks a bit soft, if I'm honest. Compare that to the 150 to 600. If we zoom in a bit, compare it to the 1.4. Yeah, it seems a bit more blurred out than the 150 to 600 on APS-C. The equivalent focal length is going to be around 960 millimeters, I think. So that's more or less what the crop sensor is doing to magnify the center of the lens in terms of the effective focal length. So that's the 150 to 600 Sigma lens. Again, all these images are f8 ISO 500. These are all handheld as well, believe it or not. The sun was there was a lot of sun on the moon, so obviously that's why it was so bright. So that's the 400. Let's have a look at that. We are seeing a bit of pixelization, not much, but a little bit. That's the 1.4. That's the 150 to 600. If I was to give it, which one I thought I'd give an edge to would be the Sigma 150 to 600 on APS-C on the 90D. But when it comes to full frame, that's the 150 to 600. That's the 100 with the 1.4. And if we zoom in there a bit more, this is the bare lens, 100 to 400. I do see some pixelization because we're actually cropping in there at 300% to get a similar sort of field of view when we zoom in at 200% on the other two. So it's up to you to make up your mind which you think is better, but to my eye, I'm going to have to say Canon and the Sigma lens are neck and neck really on the EOS R. but I would give it to the Sigma on the 90D, because the 1.4 doesn't do it much justice, and the 100-400, when we've zoomed in quite a bit, looks a bit soft, if I'm honest. So yeah, I'd give it to the Sigma on the 90D, and it'd be a draw with the 1.4 extender on the Canon, as well as the 150-600 Sigma Contemporary. Yeah, I can't really tell them apart, if I'm honest with you. They're very close. You might give a slight edge to the Canon, in fact, on this, but it's up to you to make your mind up. I'm not sure on that. So I hope this video was a bit informative. Looking at some sharpness detail on the moon, with the Sigma Contemporary 150-600, the Canon 100-400 Mark II L lens with the 1.4 Mark III extender. And thanks for watching. Thank you, and hope this was a bit informative looking at these images. As always, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, and I will put some individual images with some music so you can, have a listen and make your own mind up which you think is better. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a nice day, and bye bye.